Unlike other employees at the hotel, Anna didn't smile when she walked into the premises, nor did she greet her colleagues in the doorman. Instead, she shuddered every time she crossed the hotel's front door, afraid of the lies deep in her heart. 6 months ago, Anna's entire world had changed. She had gone from being a frivolous woman to a responsible adult, struggling to support herself and her baby. Anna was pregnant, and none of the employees at the hotel knew that. When she first joined the job, she had read the contract twice, and her hands trembled as she read the terms and conditions. Single mothers are not qualified for the position. To Anna, it had seemed like something inside her had died that day, but she had delicately caressed her belly, where the little life was growing, and said, "Mama's not leaving you, baby. No matter what, we will fight. I will fight." If only fate had been kinder, Anna could have at least sought a relative's help to care for her baby. But unfortunately, she was an orphan, with nobody in this world to hug her and console her and tell her that it was all going to be okay, that her baby would be okay. So when Anna realized she had to deal with her problems on her own, she dropped out of college and began looking for a job. A young woman with no degree and no work experience was who she was, so she struggled a lot. But then she came across an opening at the Seaside Paradiso. Anna could never forget that day. It was a bright sunny day, and birds were merrily chirping in the morning sky. Nothing seemed wrong with the outside world, but Anna felt like her existence was becoming bleak and uncertain and pointless. That's how depressed Anna had been when she applied for the job at the hotel. But the moment she checked her email 2 weeks later changed everything. Then on her first day at the hotel, she was asked to sign the contract of employment, and her face changed colors when she read that single mothers were not allowed for the role. Single mother mess was a very rude term to use, Anna thought. At one point, she'd hesitated to sign the contract and wanted to turn around and leave. But she had responsibilities now, and previously, she had not been able to get a job anywhere else. So, Anna hid the truth from everyone and became a maid at the Seaside Paradiso. She took a risk by joining the job but didn't have a choice. She lied about the morning sickness during her pregnancy as exhaustion and stress. And when her baby bump became more conspicuous, she began wearing baggy clothes and a coat over her uniform. One day she fainted while cleaning a room, but luckily, she managed to cover it up with the excuse that she'd skipped breakfast. But lies have a way of getting out, and Anna soon found herself in hot water. She had just left a suite after cleaning it and wasn't wearing her overcoat that day. As she drew the trolley outside and turned around, she froze in place at the sight of the man behind her. Shivering in anxiety, Anna walked into Mr. Jackson's office, and his first words were, "You're fired. But certainly I deserve to know how long you've been taking the pay unlawfully by breaching the contract." "What? Are you going to accuse me of being cruel now because I'm firing someone who was illegally working at my hotel?" he asked. In the end, Anna had to leave, and Mr. Jackson was fuming in rage. "What a strange woman," he muttered angrily under his breath as she left. Suddenly, a loud thud outside his office distracted his attention. Mr. Jackson dashed outside, only to find Anna on the ground and realize her water had broken. Mr. Jackson rushed Anna to the hospital in his car. And while he didn't like women and single mothers, he stayed at the hospital with her during the delivery. Mr. Jackson waited outside the operations room, nervously watching doctors hurry in and out. He was hoping Anna was fine because he blamed himself for her condition. Perhaps he shouldn't have yelled at her and been so harsh. After a while, which seemed no less than an eternity to Mr. Jackson, a nurse approached him, and she had good news. The new mother and child are safe, although we had to do a C-section. "It's a boy. A premature baby, but healthy," she announced. "You can see the patient." Once she shifted to the regular ward. Anna's eyes welled up. "I don't have anyone," she said. "The baby's father didn't want the child, and I'm an orphan. That answers your question about why I had to breach the contract and work at your hotel. I'm sorry about what I did, but it was necessary." Mr. Jackson exited Anna's ward, called his son, and asked him to hurry to the hospital. When Josh arrived, he was shocked to see his father with a baby in his arms. Mr. Jackson's wife had cheated on him and abandoned him with Josh, but he loved her despite that, and somewhere that love turned into hatred when she walked out on him and their son. He didn't want Anna to suffer, so he threatened Josh that he'd cut him off from the inheritance and stop supporting him financially if he didn't help Anna take care of her child. Due to the pressure of his father, Josh agreed to support Anna, But Mr. Jackson knew his son wouldn't mend his ways so quickly. So when Mr. Jackson was making a will, he had a thought. He dialed his lawyer and said, "If something were to happen to me, make sure Anna and her child, this wonderful boy named Terry, don't miss out on anything. I've decided to leave my hotel to Terry, and he'll inherit it when he comes of age."